How are you? I'm okay, and I hope you're fine, you're magnificent, and you're doing well. My name is Bigaba Joan. I work with Vine Pharmaceuticals, the leading referral pharmaceutical company in Uganda. So in the previous video, we looked at organic collagen plus green superfoods, and like I said, it will be a series of videos because this collagen greens plus superfoods has a variety of ingredients and treats a number of conditions. So in the previous video, we looked at the fact that it has bovine collagen that helps with the bones, cartilages, muscle tissue. We looked at we looked at we looked at the uh, organic wheatgrass. Sorry, I was going to say barley wheatgrass. We looked at the barley wheatgrass and talked about the fact that it has a lot of chlorophyll. It's called green blood. It helps treat conditions like anemia. Helps some people call it green blood. It treats conditions like anemia since it has a structure similar to hemoglobin. It treats conditions like thalassemia. It aids in overall wound healing, slows down progression of certain cancers, and also the effects of chemotherapy, an antioxidant, and also helps with has antibacterial properties, helps with issues like diarrhea, stomach ache, has high fiber, so help again with weight loss, help manage appetite, also help to raise insulin levels and all that. Then we looked at barley grass and said that barley grass helps control blood glucose because of the saponin that it has. It has prebiotic fibers, which is good food for the probiotics, for the good bacteria, and therefore will help prevent the growth of bad bacteria because we are promoting the growth of good bacteria. It helps in detoxification and therefore aids the liver, enzyme activity, therefore helping with digestion and all those things, and looked at the number of conditions. So we've seen diabetes, we've seen all those conditions. We've seen weight management, we've seen the bones, we've seen amino acid production and all those, giving the body the essential amino acids in the previous ingredients. So today we look at the other ingredients. We're going to look at other three ingredients that are in the collagen plus greens supplements, superfoods. So we have the blue-green algae. So blue-green algae, some people call it spirulina. So if you've seen the spirulina supplement, whenever you meet a word like the blue-green algae, that's spirulina. So blue-green algae is actually a group of bacteria, and it is very, very, very effective. Let me just start right away. That's spirulina for you. It helps in a reduction of the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, so it's an anti-inflammatory in the body. So for any inflammatory condition, it will really, really, really be effective. Then it prevents non-alcoholic liver-related diseases. Then it improves insulin sensitivity in patients with HIV. I was recently doing a training, and then I say that the problem with HIV is that the virus itself can destroy the beta cells of the pancreas. Those are the ones that are responsible for production of insulin, which insulin helps aid glucose enter into the body cells. So without insulin, the glucose will remain in blood, and that is what we call have someone having high blood sugar or high blood glucose levels or hyperglycemia, which can later develop into diabetes. It's because instead of the glucose being aided by insulin into the body cells, it remains in the blood, and therefore causing issues, the diabetes that we always talk about. So the problem with HIV, the virus itself, it will destroy the beta cells, but also some of the drugs that are taken, the ARVs, increase insulin resistance. Therefore, the virus will disturb the amount of insulin that's being produced, but then also the drugs might prevent the uptake of insulin by the body cells. Therefore, controlled blood glucose is a bit affected. Now here comes our collagen and greens that has the blue-green algae, that will improve insulin sensitivity in patients with HIV. So it's very, very, very effective. It also has antiviral effects and prevents actually HIV virus replication, or reduces on HIV virus replication and other viruses like herpes. So it's a very good, uh, once you have the HIV virus, okay, you have the HIV virus, so it will prevent it from progression to AIDS, but also it will prevent a virus replication. So your viral load will actually go down when someone is on this supplement. That's why you find that many HIV patients are on spirulina as a supplement itself, but then we have it here as blue-green algae in collagen and greens, and it is very effective. Yeah, so it's very effective. Sorry about that. So then it also the blue-green algae will help relieve fatigue and improve tolerance of exercises. So therefore, very, very good in athletic performance. If you're always feeling fatigued, collagen plus greens is that supplement for you, or it's something that you ought to recommend to your client. So then the other ingredient is the flaxseed powder, flaxseed oil. So flaxseed, when some people call it linseed, it's an omega-3 fatty acid. So omega-3 fatty acids, we all know what omega-3 fatty acids are. They're usually found in deep sea fish, like krill, like cod liver, like I know there's krill, there's salmon, there is cod liver. I was going to be stuck. Yet I made the video. Yeah. So flaxseed also is very rich in omega-3. And vegetarians actually prefer it because they don't eat things that are derived from animals, so they usually prefer that flaxseed oil. So omega-3 has a variety of benefits. It has a variety of functions. First of all, it's advisable for everyone and anyone to be on omega-3. So I'll just start right away. Omega-3, it has types. It has EPA, it has DHA, yeah, and ALA. So what does the EPA and DHA do? So those are the main ones that are very important. So that's the eicosapentaenoic acid. It's an anti-inflammatory. So remember we talked about the anti-inflammatory effects of the blue-green algae, but also omega-3 has EPA, which is an anti-inflammatory. So someone taking flaxseed oil will have that anti-inflammatory thing. So there are many inflammatory conditions in the body that would, for example, even when having difficulty in breathing in asthma, it's because there's inflammation in the airway. If you really are having ulcers, it first starts with there's some inflammation. When someone has gastritis, there is inflammation. When someone has a running nose, there is usually some inflammation that's happening. So they have COVID characterized by inflammation. So this one is an anti-inflammatory and will help prevent inflammation. Then flaxseed oil, which is omega-3, has DHA. So DHA is good for brain development. Most abundant fatty acid in the body, in the brain, is actually DHA, and DHA concentrates in centers of the brain responsible for memory, then also vision, and that. So it helps with memory. Someone with memory issues, it also helps with vision and all those things. Flaxseed oil is also very good for the skin. For someone to have a very good skin, sometimes even the oil is placed in cosmetics, but also when you take it within, it helps really. Helps your skin. It also helps with weight loss. How? So omega-3 is good fat. So when you improve, there is that balance. When you increase the amount of good fat, the amount of bad fat actually reduces, and it is also very effective in removing bad fat from the blood vessels, and therefore easing the flow of blood. Therefore, we help in cardiovascular conditions. For example, high blood pressure is because there is peripheral resistance and increased blood volume. But let me explain peripheral resistance. This is when the blood vessels are too narrow compared to the blood that's coming through. So there has to be that pressure to push it. So that's why the pressure goes up. So what omega-3 does, it removes the bad fat from the blood vessels, and therefore preventing the narrowing of the blood vessels. It boosts immunity. So those are some of just the few functions I've talked about. It also helps improving insulin sensitivity, preventing insulin resistance. Well, the thing about this collagen and green supplement, you realize that almost every ingredient in it is helping someone with diabetes. So if someone has diabetes, they should not really like give up on it or something. If someone is hypertensive, they should use it. If someone has a joint problem, they should use it. As you've seen, like in the previous video, so this video, we are talking a lot about diabetes. We are talking about insulin resistance, improving insulin sensitivity, and the like. But then also here we're talking about all the functions of omega-3. The fact that it's an anti-inflammatory will help with respiratory conditions, will help with memory, will help with a variety of issues. Okay, so then the other ingredient, the third ingredient for today is cocoa powder. Cocoa powder. So cocoa powder and chocolate are actually different. They are all from the cocoa plant, but then with chocolate they leave it with some of the cocoa butter, but with the cocoa powder they actually remove the fat, most of the oils and fat, and they compress it and form a powder and all those things. So cocoa powder is it's a very good ingredient to take. It's really very healthy. So it has things like iron, zinc, magnesium, manganese. Iron, zinc, magnesium, and manganese, plus selenium. So it has those. Cocoa powder contains iron, zinc, contains iron, zinc, magnesium, manganese, and selenium. So first of all, obviously, with the collection of this, it boosts immunity. But the iron will help. It will help boosting hemoglobin to be able to. When someone has iron deficiency, they are anemic, right? But iron is also a big part of the hemoglobin, and it will help to carry oxygen throughout the whole body, in the red blood cells, in the whole body. So that's it. So iron will help carry oxygen to the red blood cells. Then manganese strengthens the cartilage and bones. So you find that this collagen and greens, when it comes to bones, they're in joke. It has the collagen that does that helps with the whole joint business, the whole strengthening cartilage business. It has zinc, but it has also manganese, whose major function is strengthening cartilage and bones. Manganese also helps metabolize nutrients and helps metabolize nutrients and helps to produce energy and maintain heart rhythm. So it will help to manganese will strengthen the cartilage and bones. It will metabolize nutrients and also helps to produce energy and maintain heart rhythm. So it will maintain the heart rhythm. Then zinc supports the immune system. We all know that almost every zinc is in every cell of the body. It's part and parcel of every reaction, every functioning of the body. Zinc helps in a process called apoptosis. So usually what happens is that old cells have to die in order for the new cells have to come up. So there has to be a balance. When the cells are not dying, when the old cells are not dying and new cells are being brought, you have things like hypertrophy, hyperplasia. You have a ballooning of cells that are not needed. Sometimes it can even become cancerous. So zinc helps to create that equilibrium. As new cells are coming up, the old cells are dying. But also zinc helps in the production of the new cells. So it will also help in the production of the new body cells. It helps to reduce arthritis pain. Zinc helps to reduce arthritis pain, and it strengthens the connective tissues. Zinc helps in testosterone production. It helps in sperm production. So cocoa has zinc, which will be very good for a man. So every man should have it, but also every body process in the body needs zinc, and zinc is needed for the new cells formation, but also in that process of making sure we don't have a lot of old cells there, so that they die off, so that we get new ones instead of having things like malignancies and all those things. Then Cocoa powder is also very effective for heart diseases and stroke. How preventing heart disease and stroke. It prevents fatal blood clots. It helps to prevent the formation of clots. Then it reduces the risk of severe cardiac failure. It also reduces the risk of severe cardiac failure. So then it also helps with breathing problems. The cocoa powder helps with breathing problems. You would ask how? It has theophylline. It has alkaloids like theophylline and xanthin that relax bronchial spasms. You know that some examples of drugs that act like cocoa powder would be aminophlin. So it will help to relax bronchial spasms, open constricted bronchial tubes, so that the energy, so that we have free flow of air, and also therefore enhancing breathing. So it will relax it has theophylline and xanthines, which you know the mechanism of action, or we will do a video about that. So what they do is that they relax the bronchial spasms, they open up the constricted bronchotubules, and then enhance breathing. Those are in the lungs, the bronchotubules, the bronchial spasms, that's the whole airways, respiratory system. So that way it will help someone with asthma, someone with allergies, for example, have breathing problems because they have a problem with the bronchi, the bronchi and the tubes. The cocoa powder also reduces the effects of chronic allergies that cause severe shortness of breath through that system, really, through the theophylline and something that are contained in it. Then again, it helps in stress and depression. Wait, do you know, we looked at HIV, we've looked at diabetes, we've looked at weight management, we've looked at bones and cartilage, and muscle relaxation, strength, energy. We've looked at the skin. This is all in one supplement, collagen and green super powder. So stress and depression, one of the substances in cocoa powder is called phenethylamine. Phenethylamine is a neurotransmitter found in the human brain that is a natural antidepressant. So it's a neurotransmitter that's found in the human brain that's a natural antidepressant, and it's a mood booster. So it's a natural antidepressant and it's a mood booster. So if someone is suffering from depression, I'm depressed, or what, stuff like that, someone doesn't want to, or someone really moods are low all the time, they can't explain it, one of the supplements that you could give them is the collagen and growth, because it contains cocoa powder that will help with that. Then it has been proven to boost endorphin levels. Endorphin is the happy hormone, so it has been proven, cocoa powder has been proven to promote to improve endorphin levels, therefore improving the feeling of happiness. I think, do you need the collagen greens? I think I also need it too. I've taken it and it's really very effective. Then it helps improve the levels of the endorphin levels, therefore improving the feeling of happiness, but it also improves insulin sensitivity. So it improves insulin sensitivity. I've talked about insulin sensitivity. That's the cells allowing the insulin to pass through, and then when insulin passes through, therefore glucose is able to get into the cells, and therefore you don't have glucose in the blood, and therefore the risk of getting diabetes is really low. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for another video. Another video for collagen plus greens. You can subscribe to my channel, and if you need training about these, you can call 0785 207983. Visit any fine pharmaceutical outlet to get these products. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.